Hello, welcome to the Square Base Show with me, Rob, and Val Heffelfinger, and we will be your paint judges for today's exciting paint competition.
Ooh, we're getting artistic.
Oh, we're artistic now. I said artistic, just to be clear. Artistic.
Artistic, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. So we are today, now we launched a painting competition in in August, and so this is the culmination of the painting competition of August. We're going to be looking at all of the cool minis, and there are some sick-ass minis.
There are some sick-ass minis, man.
Sick-ass minis. But mainly, it was a drive for us and the people on our Patreon to get minis painted. That was the goal.
Yes.
Right? So, January, it was... August, it was paint a single wizard on foot. I've got every month wrong so far.
Poor Rob's brain.
Yeah.
Yes. And somehow it's August, like a whole year has almost happened, Rob. We'll run it back for you in a little bit.
Please do. Then, and then this month, September, this is the announcement of the start.
Did you hear Fantasy's back?
What?
Sorry, I cut you off. The painting competition.
I hope the rules are in a very organized format.
Oh man, you won't believe it.
I would have liked if genuinely in the old world rulebook, I'm just going to go off script immediately. I would have liked if, you know, when you read like fantasy fans, and I'm not talking about Warhammer fantasy fans, I'm talking about general fantasy, the genre fans. We've all read the books where halfway through there is both, for some reason, a song written, and also like sometimes like
Tom Bombadil?
Yeah. I would have liked him halfway through. They're like, and skirmish rules like this. If you are in a rank, don't connect to the front.
Of course, the edition of Lord of the Rings that I read, all of those things were, of course, in italics. And like, I didn't realize it at the time. Like a good Warhammer player, I just didn't read them. So that would be an excellent rules device. That is such a great idea. They should write the next old world rule book in verse. Maybe even at minimum iambic pentameter. That would, I think that would clean it up. I mean, certainly would make them thoughtful about their word choices. So, yes. Anyway, I think we were talking about a painting competition.
We were.
I derailed the hell out of you. I apologize.
August 2024, we did a single wizard on foot, or whatever you wanted. And then, so September, which we're in now, so September 31st, you've got till to paint it up. Me and Val will jump in, is do a command group. Again, a command group on foot. So you need to do a champion, a banner, and a musician for your command group. Very simple. Very simple. Because we want some command groups. We want people to start doing units. And mainly, Val, if they do a command group, they might not paint a fucking dragon. And that's perfect, right?
But don't we want people to start painting things that it'll be useful?
You need core? How dare you, sir?
Yeah, but you're not putting a standard in it. Probably. I don't know.
All right, so and that's very simple. And there are three categories. There's best painted, best conversion, and best alternative model. And there's a winner of each one. We run this through our Discord, which is on our Patreon. Some people are pissed off about that. It's mainly because I'm not dealing with 9 billion. It was already difficult enough to deal with them all being on Discord. We had loads of cool entries, which was really fun as well. And I've enjoyed it. I think I've already learned some things from trying to run this, which has been like a fun thing to do. I got my own painted up as well, which I'm very excited to show off.
Can I see it? Unfortunately, I did not complete the mission. I apologize.
You've had a busy week.
I've been on one lately, guys, and also the SBO T.O, which I don't know why I didn't immediately brand the Squarebase Online tournament in real life as the Squarebase Open Toronto. SBO T.O has been popping off. Actually, before we progress, I just want to say one quick thing. Very important. So we added We added tickets to the SBO T.O. October 19th and 20th. I have gone through our entire waiting list. We had over 20 people waiting on the waiting list. We already had 48 signups. I've gotten probably like an extra 5. But moral of the story is, if you are watching this and this video just came out, there are probably between 4 and 5 tickets, the last tickets that exist, the Female Mall tickets, will be available through Best Coast Pairings. I'll put the link in the chat. I will probably close the waiting list after that because I won't be able to add any more tables after that. So if you are interested in the Square Base Open Toronto, October 19th and 20th, 60 players.
Wow.
60 players, and I'm bankrupting myself to make sure we have the extra 10 tables of terrain that we need. Rob knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, are you going to get... Oh, my God.
Well, I got to pick that up.
Dude, that is a stellar pick. So, yeah, Val's got some terrain. I printed myself a Wizard's Tower. It's not quite as impressive, but I got 1 Wizard's Tower on the go.
Well, awesome. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And if you're coming to SBO T.O, you'll see we're going to make sure all the tables are really, really nice for everyone, and I guarantee they will be. Also, 20 of the tables coming from Andrew T.O of the Capital City Bloodbath. So if you played at CCBB, you'll know the quality of terrain that was there. So it's going to be a blast. Again, if you're watching this and this video just came out, check out the link in the description. And if you want to come, grab a ticket. 60 players makes it maybe not the biggest, but certainly in the running for biggest GT that's happened so far.
That's good. Yeah, it's definitely up there, which is really fun as well. I think on volume, I think I've run like 40 to 50% of all GTs.
I was looking at BCP. I want to actually deep dive those stats for another day, but we are here for something else. Sorry to derail twice now. Shut the hell up.
Well, there's a good segue there. GTs are pretty much people's main way of driving themselves to pain. And if it wasn't for a GT, and some people don't have them in the books, or are too nervous, or are concerned, they don't really have a reason. So I really do think these painting competitions are a reason to drive us to do that, which is what I wanted to do with them. So I'm really excited. I want to thank everyone. I did say in the Discord thread, I said I was a little bit emotional about seeing all of these like beautiful minis, and we're going to go through those, so you're all going to get to see them as well and join in with us. But I was, it really, like, everyone was like commenting on each other's photos. People were like, oh, how'd you take a better photo of your minis? And they're all giving each other advice, and I like that. I love that community aspect, everyone building up together. And obviously we've had that in the gaming section of what we do, like in a big way, like helps with rules, help with lists, that sort of thing. But I think this is also an inspiring thing, and I'm really excited about it. And yes, I have also painted. It's not the best. You have it? Yeah, it's on the screen, you can see it. So that's my village.
Hey!
So he was my level 4 general over the weekend. I wanted to do the feathers. I didn't get round to doing the feathers in time, unfortunately. But because this was my my excuse to do my wizards, I did my other 3 wizards as well, which is cool. So these are all my Tzeentch wizards for my Warriors of Chaos army. Rob,
way to go, man. And they're based nicely.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. So I still want to go back and do the feathers on Village, but yeah, I've got Demon Prince done as well. And I the problem is when you're intentionally going for something that's not super bright, it doesn't look anything but not bright. But anyway, there we go.
I think because you took that nice light blue tone as like very Tzeentchian thing, it does give them some color and some lift. I don't think these guys are drab at all.
Yeah, I'd like to do something with the face on the Demon Prince in the future. But honestly, when I was looking at stuff, I genuinely was like, oh, I'm just going to add that. But I didn't know why I was going to add it, because I felt like I wasn't finished. I was like, I should do more. But I was like, sometimes there's not more to do. And the blue is lovely.
This is such a reasonable standard for getting onto the table to play a game with too. Like, this is so. Can I ask you now? You are a master of efficient painting techniques.
Yes, I slopped
and
this.
I did comment once that it did not look like you were Slapchop TM this one. What did you do differently in your army painting technique this time, sir?
Well, because I'm doing old world, and also many of the textures on this are not organic. There's a lot of metal and stuff, and I intentionally wanted to do a slopping, which is so real simple. I base coated it black. I dry brushed it a silver. I used Vallejo silver, not Vallejo silver. Sorry, Monument Hobby is so pro acryl, which is really nice. And then I picked out all the color detail in base coats, and then on most of these minis, the Demon Prince actually did some blending on the wings a little bit, just to like give it like a slightly raised area, which is my longest job. And then I then just used MIG. What's it called? Streaking grime is what I used, and then took that off. So that's what I did. So that's where the darker colors came from. And actually, so basically, if you just think about like that's when you bang on the agrax, and then over the top of that is when I would start to maybe pick out some colors over the top. But I love the effect, especially on the metal. I think if you've got like a lot of metals to do, it's really, really fun. And it's reductive painting, so you're painting over the top. Like you're taking away the streaking grime from the top of it, which is quite nice.
What do you use? So you're using basically an oil wash, and then you're letting the oil wash cure a little bit, and then you're
I actually left it for 2
wiping
days.
it off. For 2 days. So what do you use to and then basically when you remove that, you basically get a built-in highlight essentially.
Yes.
Because obviously the oil wash is really good at going into the recesses. Listen to me talking like I know what the fuck I'm talking. But what do you? So whenever I've done that, I always wipe away too much shit. Like so, like I've tried the slop, and the wings on my Wyvern were done with an oil wash, and actually I eventually got there, but it was a very frustrating process for me. So like, what is your move for like making sure you don't streak away too much grime?
Just leave it. Like, if you leave it for too long, like if you leave it like a couple of hours, it's more of a wash. If you leave it for a couple of days, it's really tough to get rid of. Probably the perfect amount of time is about 12 to 24 hours. 2 days was because I was moving house on that first day, and I was like, well, there we go. But the second day, I got to it. And
it's just mineral spirits on like a sponge or something?
It's just a cotton bud. I don't know if everyone knows what one of those is, like an earbud thing, and some white spirit.
Okay. Not even a sponge. Just literally a cotton swab for those people in North America.
But you do go through them. I must have gone through the 4 models. I might have gone through like, I don't know, 40 or 50 cotton buds, because you just put some on, wipe it off, and then it obviously gets dirty. Yeah, it gets dirty, and then you swip it around. Easy peasy. Yeah. Anyway, my painting job wasn't great, but I'm already excited about doing my command group, which is cool, which will also be for my warriors. And then those four wizards all played in 2 different events over the past 2 weeks. So that's been cool to get them on the table. And it was 1,000 points of level 4 wizard to kind of showcase that you can, if you want to, paint not a lot and have. That was 50% of my army. So that was good.
Yeah.
Right? That was a good thing.
And that's why characters are 50% of points in your list, because it lets you create an army faster.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to look through the painting now. We're going to start with the entrance from other people. We'll start with pretty exciting. We'll start with. Should we start with best alternative model or conversion? Which one are you interested in?
Let's go alternative model.
Best alternative model. Okay, so our first one that we'll jump in with is, I'm pretty certain this is the guy from, you don't know if he is an alternative model, actually. He might just be a regular model. Failed at the first hurdle. This is by Paris Corredius.
He might be Highlands.
He might be. I thought he was Highland Miniatures.
I'm pretty sure he is Highlands.
Yeah. I think he's a Highland Minis. That's what I would say. So I think he's cool. I really like him. This is just a straight Games Workshop alternative model. And the reason we're doing alternative models is I really wanted to showcase like how cool other models could be, whether or not they're 3D prints or just other models, even from Games Workshop themselves. So this is one of the Vulcan. Is it a Flame Seeker? No, it's not one of the Vulcan Flame Seekers. I think it's the Flame Keeper. Be careful. It's the Flame Keeper. is what we might be seeing there. But he is a cool dwarf to use either as a runesmith or a rune lord or even a fire, like even a slayer, right?
Ungrim stand-in.
Ungrim stand-in is cool. He's a rad model though, right?
He is rad, and actually, the Fire Slayers in general. When the Archangel came out, I went like immediately like, boom, let's go check out those Fire Slayers. They're harder than you might think to find uses for in Old World. Maybe I just wasn't being creative enough, but I think this guy's a great pick to use as a runesmith or a rune lord. So awesome, because I mean, there's some cool ass minis in the Fire Slayers.
100%. So that was Mikkel. Shout out to Mikkel for that. Next one, Cthulhu James is using another Age of Sigmar mini. So this is Cadio, the Hollow King. Just using him, pretty certain as a Vamp Lord, which is pretty badass.
Yes. And Vamp Lord. Oh, good way to get around the caster requirement, because that's great. I'm surprised we didn't see a zombie dragon here. Oh no, he had to be on foot.
Had to be on foot.
Got it. I like this model in particular because the Soulblight Gravelord vampires are very tall. They're like when you put them on the table in Old World, they're like, especially if they're just on the ground, they're just really funny. But because this person is on a tactical stump, it elevates the model, and I think would actually help with a little force perspective. So actually, I really like this as one of the Soulblight Gravelord options to use as a vampire lord. Because there's also the one with the bats in their hair coming out. I think it's the official vampire lord model. But that one, just to me, the scale is off in my head. But I think this one would work a lot better on the tabletop, just because they're sort of elevated and away from everyone else anyway.
I agree. I do like models that stand out. Then Dwarven Warmonger submitted this as an alternative model. She's just adorable. I don't know who it's from or where it's from, but I'm just vibing on it. Like, it's got good energy because my friend Dom played at one of the TSN Arena events, and he had some of the very old dwarf warriors. I don't even know which edition. And one of them was like had a crossbow that was like somehow like molded into him while he was lifting up his pants, and it looked like a disaster. And Dom was like, "Rob, this unit's terrible." I'm like, "Well, what?" And I picked up the model. I was like, "Well, what do you expect this guy to do? He doesn't look strong." And that's giving me the same vibes. I'm like, "What do you expect what do you expect this character to do?" Is my question. It's an armor save? I don't think. But the winner. That we both chose. This is from DeFelch. So shout out to DeFelch again from our Discord. That's why they've all got odd names. So DeFelch used, and you, I think, quite rightly pointed out, this is from Titanforge. So this is a 3D printed Chaos Dwarf Sorcerer. I'm pretty certain.
Yes, from their Infernal Dwarfs live line. By the way, it's not a complete line, but man, if you're looking for Chaos Dwarves, I think it is the best. So it's that great melding of the big hat plus the Tamarcon style that I know Rob loves and adores. But I mean, this is just such a beautiful model. Just super evocative. Got the Cobra head. I mean, it has a familiar next to him, painted nicely, and photographed well. I love the shadow in this picture. Just a great mini. I really, really like this one.
It's a great mini, and it's also really nice to see them like out there in the wild as well. The Jafar vibe is very cool, I gotta say. Like a whole Chaos Dwarf Jafar army would be super fun. So congratulations. We will be. I'm gonna message these people personally and sort out all the prizes. So DeFelch, excellent work there. So then we're moving on. So these are the best conversions, and I know Val is excited about this section. Best conversions. Your favorite minis in here, I think.
I think yes. My best in shows in here, but there's a lot in this show that is best in show. So let's see. What do we got?
So first up, this is Aktang. I think I've said that right. This is Aktang. Now, this is quite interesting because conversions are quite hard. I think one of the things I need to do is say, hey, could you let us know which section you're going for? Because obviously it's beautifully painted as well. But Val quite rightly pointed out that this is a Moonstone mini,
Yep.
kit bashed with some Cruel Boys stuff to make a. What is it going to be? Is it going to be an Orc Shaman?
Could be a hag.
Could be a hag. Is it I don't think it's on the right base to be a hag. I think it's going to be an Orc Shaman.
Okay, that'll work. Maybe just an Orc Shaman for a Troll Horde army.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be nice and thematic. That'd be pretty dope. The thing I like about this, if you looked at the original mini, I agree with the person who did this particular conversion. The staff is a little bit of a disappointment on this mini. It's a beautiful sculpt, really cool, but just a little bitty baby staff. So beefing that up with this, what did you say? It was a Cruel Boy staff?
Yeah, Cruel Boy staff.
Yeah. Beefing that up, I think, was a really, really great call, and gives a little more substantialness to them. But yeah, I really like this. Very simple conversion, but I think adds a lot.
What I like about this also is that people are gonna be like, "That didn't win." Okay, I like this one. This is from Thorben. He's just gone and stuck a massive sword,
Big ass sword,
on a dwarf, and then stuck him on a giant tactical rock. And I'm vibing
Actually,
on that.
I think that's on another dwarf.
I think that's the head of a dwarf.
I think he's about to behead a dwarf.
Oh my god!
I had to guess.
The horror.
There's some violence here.
That's going in the book.
Yes.
That's going in the book.
Most certainly in the book, if it's not already.
Yeah. Tactical Skulls. Next up, we've got Scum and Villainies Studios has done, I think, a beautiful little kit bash for the old Spider Shaman. So that on a really cool base with all those different bases, and then that little magic coming out of the eyes of the stick isn't part of the kit, because that looks like a foot is coming out.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I didn't catch that. So I wonder if that's a little milliput sculpt there.
That's cool, right?
That is super cool. So yeah, he's conjuring up a little Footo Gork. This is a great sneaky shaman that you can get if you have a sad Arachnarok on your shelf. This shaman, I think, is included in that, is where he comes from. But oh yeah, that's so cool. I didn't catch that. Ah, neat.
Apparently the foot is from the Man Crusher kit. Clever.
Oh,
That's
very good. I actually, when I first saw this, I just assumed that he stole from the not the War Chanter, but the Bone Splitter shaman from AOS. But no, so maybe inspired by that. But yeah, no, this is obviously something that they created to give a little magical sensibility.
Agreed. So the next one is from Perry Star, and this is, I think, a ranged. That's the OG Archmage. Well, not the OG, but like a very recent Archmage. And then we've had a bird added to it, and then a fun little stick. And I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed the whole thing. That's a bunch of like adding that kind of like, you know, high elfy bullshit with the bird is excellent.
High elfy bullshit.
High elfy bullshit. I'm calling it.
I'm speechless at the high elfy bullshit line. But yes, I guess I thought for a second this might be the mage out of the 8th edition starter kit, but it isn't. It is not. I'm actually at a loss as to what this model is made up of. All of the things. So it looks like even the base is different.
The bird is from Stormcast. I feel like I'm right. I feel like this is the Archmage model. And then it's been the multi-part plastic mage. And then I think this is at the top. This is and I don't know where the dragon scepter part is from. Is what I think.
Okay.
It's an Aetherwing bird. It's something similar to that. That's what it is.
Okay.
Our next model is from Leith, which I quite like this. This is quite fun. So this is just a regular ogre glutton. But if you can see,
gross.
The stomach has been changed. So normally there's a gut plate.
Yeah.
So the stomach has been added. I think we've had hair added all over as well. He's changed up the hand, and then I think has given him a different weapon. So
let's not under discount the satchel of assorted meats
yeah,
that the butcher has. That's what I went gross for. Also, nothing. I don't know if there's many things I love more than a nice striped pant on an ogre. The vertical lines very slimming as a larger man, and on top of that, I just love striped pants on ogres. I don't know why. I think it's the greatest
it's an
look.
obelisk thing. Surely it's Asterix and Obelisk. It's an obelisk throwback.
Oh, is that what's being triggered in my reptile brain?
I think so.
That's a very good point. But I like that this butcher has, gross blood all over him. Also, use of blood effects didn't go too far. This is clearly a butcher that just keeps reaching into his meat sack. And so his meat sack hand is bloody, but he's not just doused in blood. It's a tasteful use of gross gore. And I think a really nice job highlighting the gut and the bits of his body. The face is really nice as well, too. It's really nice.
Yeah, so it's really stunning. Like, very cool. Yeah. Like, a lot of effort and time has been thought about on this, and I really like it a lot. Very fun. The next one, I'm immediately going to make sure we check his hard drives, but John E5 has done, I think it is a source. I think it's it's not a dark elf.
From Slaanesh?
It's Slaanesh caster. That's what I think it is. But I could be wrong. But either way, it's
from
cool.
AOS.
No, it's not. It's not from AOS.
No,
this is just from somewhere else. It might be.
It's not something off of that giant. Like there's like a almost like Xerxes from. It's from the AOS Slaanesh line, where there's it's like a big. I don't know. I can't think of the word.
It's not
for
like
it.
Glutos or Skellion.
No. Yeah. It's not maybe someone from there?
No, it could also be a 3D print. I think I might have made a mistake here. This is one of the things I need to do for the next event. I need to be like, could you tag what this is, please? But this is still cool anyway, and I thought I'd show it because it's funky. I like it. It's uncomfortable. It's very cool. This is definitely next one is very, very much a conversion. This is Jacob, really toying with the lines of a sorcerer on foot. He's like, it's on foot on a bird. I guess so.
A magic carpety bird?
A magic carpety bird, exactly. Pretty cool conversion, that idea, I think.
It's a good way to get the caster moving around, and it's obviously a carrion, a bird of from that line, I think.
Yep.
And I guess this might be. I assume this is the extra one you get from the skeleton dragon, from their zombie dragon, whatever it might be. The bone dragon. There you go. Woo. Got there. Yeah, looking sharp.
Yeah, very cool. I like that as a conversion. And then our winner, ladies and gentlemen, our winner. This is maybe Val's favorite thing. Bang. So that's our winner. It's taken us a while to deconstruct this conversion as the winner. So shout out to this is Jens, who is the winner. Congratulations. This started life. In fact, actually, I have a picture to explain what this started life as. Val, what did you like about this?
What I like about this is, well, first of all, just the highlights and the blends on them are just, they're really gorgeous. The only reason I even spotted it as a conversion is because that staff is the OG Necromancer staff. And then I couldn't quite figure out, because I didn't immediately recognize the model, where it came from. And then we did a little research, and boom, I believe this is the guy.
Yeah, so this is the guy how it originally started, as you can see. So the head has been reconstructed, the book has been changed around as well, and then added on that Necromancer staff, and even the burb has been added. And it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Right.
Like the checker, and also the checkers, the check marks on the back of that, the shawl. I'm pretty sure a lot of the little bits that have been added to the belt, even though this model had some, added some. And although if you just look at the original model and then come back to this one, it might at first glance seem like a very minor hand and arm swap, but it's really not. So getting that open tome into this guy's hand would have required, was it Jens?
Yeah, Jens.
Jens to like do a lot of really detailed. I don't know if he used a Dremel or just a lot of careful X-Acto knifing, but to remove that other book, which was clutched underarm, and replace it with the open book was, I think, not straightforward. And then also the staff and the hand, are those the two entirely different angles? I think. Can you go back to the other one?
I think the staff is the same. Oh no, I think he has moved it across as well.
Yeah, I think is it a totally different? Yeah, it's a totally different staff.
Yeah, it might well be. But either way.
And then the other thing is too, I just want to say about this kit, like these are kits that are sort of like, they're not like multi-pose and stuff. So this is what kit bashers generally say is bad about new models, is that like they only go together one way. And so here's a model that only goes together one way, that's been completely rejigged and positioned. I'm curious to know where the face came from. I'd love to know that. Is that if that was, because it's an entirely new face and beard, and it looks like that's how the model was supposed to be. So I don't know if that was sculpted or what, but just a brilliant model, brilliant paint job, well done.
Yeah,
I can't believe he did this in a month. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, he should be really proud of himself. So massive congratulations, Jens. Yeah, that's the original models from Curse City. And then, yeah, that's a lot of work. It's incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive. Yeah, and it's just a beautiful piece. And it was like, really inspiring. Really inspiring. So now we're going to move on to a best painted. And this was a hot section. There's a lot of models coming in for everyone to check out. So that's pretty exciting. We'll start out with Zarkan. Or Zarken, sorry. And I love this. I love this. This is great. This is like, just using the models as they are, an Anvil of Doom, and they're just getting that molten texture. But so many of the little parts are hard to do, like, darkening the gaps in the fingers to try to hide the fact that they're 18 meters long. Redoing the beard, just beautiful. And then obviously that molten texture is just great on the anvil, right?
Yeah, and I like too that he went with like sort of a light marble for the actual base of the anvil.
Oh yeah,
so
cool.
So that also gives a nice base that's very contrasted against, because these are, the paint job's fairly dark on these guys. A lot of shadow being used, but that sort of that marble base makes them pop out a lot more. And I just find this shit like magic. But like the molten, or sort of that hot molten metal effect, where, when you break it down, I don't want to understate it, but essentially, what do we got there? We got some orange with a little like yellow highlight in the middle. And then you just basically are like putting little black spots or in different places for the areas where the iron has cooled. But to me, it just looks like magic. I think this is a really great use of that effect. And it looks awesome. I really, really like this model.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's great. Really, really nice. I like all like some of the detail, like even the rings and the gems are really hard to pick out on models this small. So just brilliant. Our next one is the Real Nile has done an Amber Wizard, which is just it's giving kind of like the princess, like the what's it called? It's giving me some real classic 80s fantasy is what I'm trying to say, but like not, like the comedy 80s fantasy of Games Workshop, but like, like wizards and what was it called? Swords and sorcery sort of like artwork, almost Frank Frazetta sort of style. And it's just great. Wonderful paint job. Excellent job.
Bit of a kit bash here too. I think he swapped out his hand and his staff as well. So I wonder if maybe this is being used as maybe a wood elf wizard instead, because it's a very elfy staff. But yeah, this is the Empire Amber Wizard. Maybe we'll see this one again in a few months. Maybe we'll pick it up in Forge World resin.
Ooh, it's a beautiful model. Next up is from Symphonium. So this is from Symphonium, an Empire Wizard. And I just love this. I think if you enter an Empire Wizard, I think I'll always put it in the competition. Like all elements of it, like the different colors, the cloak is really nice. Both cloaks, the color choice for the cloak, I think is actually really cool. The face is cool. I love all of it.
I love lot of things about this. Using different finishes, so like that really glossy finish on the sort of the little bits, the baubles on him is really cool because those are magical. I also particularly like the fact that his eyes are like completely like flooded with
Magic.
magic.
Yeah.
That's really great. And yeah, you're right. I like the color choices on the cloak. And yes, this kit, this might be the number one. Although it's never really, it only went away, I guess, very recently. The Empire Wizards kit.
Yes.
But man, if you just need a humanoid wizard of some kind for your vampires or your Empire army or whatever, just such a great versatile kit. So many cool things you can do with it.
It's
It's great.
So next model is from Sunny Finn. So Sunny Finn, I think this is beautiful and is really, really well done. So this is like what is this? It's not a Tomb King. It's probably probably something like that. But like I like all elements of it. I think the skin, it, like you say, the different textures of skin or lack of, like the kind of like desiccated skin is so much different to the cloak. And then the metals have also got their own vibe as well. The gem then is actually like a gem. It's just really, really nice. And every element, I think, is... And they're not overdone. Like, some people may have, like, gone really aggressive edge highlighting, like, the quite square shape of the cloak. But nope, avoided that, which I think is actually made for a better model. But then has gone really to town on the skull, which has got kind of like a marbly, like, finish on the top with the glowy eyes.
That obsidian onyx, it's like that it's like a black stone with like green cracks in it almost. Can't think of what it is. I really like, so a lot of times it might like I think the studio version of Tomb Kings often has that sort of turquoise shield color, maybe even teal, who knows. But I really like that he went with, I'm gonna probably say the wrong color, but it's like an emerald green. As sort of the main army color here. I would love to see this like recreated across the army. I think that's going to look really, really nice, especially with that sort of that dark red as the complementary color. Really, really cool without looking Christmassy.
Without looking Christmassy.
It's hard to put red and green together and not think Christmas. You did it.
Yeah, you did it. Talking about red and green, Sai is up next. So Sai with an absolutely beautiful goblin. You can see here. Very, very cool. He's kind of like trapped at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to try and bring him up a moment so people can see him. There we go. That works a little bit nicer.
This is clearly pandering to the judges because this is, of course, one of my all-time favorite models. And you can see why. Just so sick. There's a classic Brian Nelson model and a classic little pink end of the nose. I don't know if goblins...
Don't worry, buddy. Watch this. I'll get a close-up for you. Yeah, I got some close-ups.
Ah, yeah. Look at them teeth. But yeah, like, the purple lip, that sort of that pink nose, I absolutely love that on goblins. It's fantastic. And this mini is great without a paint job, but it's even nicer with this paint job.
Yeah, Sai's done a great job there. Congratulations to Sai. You should be really proud of yourself. Then we're going to stick in with the Goblin theme. We're going to go still old school, but we're going to... And this was very close. This was like probably my second place for best painted. Like I think this is beautiful. So just... this is also great. Sorry, this is by...
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. This is by Hastraulia. This wasn't the mini I was talking about. I grabbed the wrong one. But this is excellent. This is by Hastraulia, and this is just brilliant, right? I think.
Also would fit as an alternative model as well because we're reusing. This is actually just one of the Battle for Black Pass tiny little gobos. I think this would be either not a musician. This is a standard bearer from that set, but repurposed here as a shaman, I assume.
Yeah, I think this is just the standard bearer. I think, yeah, repurposed as a shaman.
I might be because there are some goblins included in that set that were characters, so maybe this is a shaman.
Oh no, it is a shaman. Yeah, it is a shaman.
My bad.
It looks incredible. And again, everything like you said earlier, we've got a lot of different textures, and they're all very different and really well done. The staff is actually beautiful compared to but very different vibe. It's got like a flowy, like it's not just a one single color. It's got like a kind of red vibe running through it, leaning into the cloak. And I do like the metal flame at the top, which is great. I love the painted on eye on the helmet, not the helmet, on the hat. I love it's just beautiful, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, it's really great. And such a simple mini, but so many things happening here. Great job. And Goblin green base for the Goblin. Love it.
Well, this is the next one. This is the mini I was talking about. This is Scoundrel. So Scoundrel, very similar sort of vibe to what we just saw.
Ooh.
Very, very nice. I don't know if this is an alternative model. And in the same vein, and I'm sure, and shout out to Hastrilia who's in the chat. It's just you should. It's been the battle for the shaman. Has been this one, the battle for the shaman, because it's just really good, very good, very smooth skin, great eyes, cloak, mushrooms. The metal is great. The wood is excellent. Just brilliant.
The Bad Moon's really done nicely there with the star and the things. It's interesting. These are two different people.
Two different people.
Can you go back to the last one?
Australia is in the chat.
Go back to the last one.
Done it.
This one looks like it's painted to be like the model of the next one. Because see how he painted on the eye on his cloak?
Yeah.
And then this is just me being. And then if we go back, and then this guy, because this guy has the sort of the wrench in his hand too on the staff. That's cool. I wonder if those two. I mean, two different painters. But I wonder if the painter of the other shaman, the plastic one, was using maybe some of these ideas in his paint job, like from this model. Because I think this is an old throwback from an era of Goblin design. This is pre-Brian Nelson Goblin design. This would be like back into the early '90s, I do believe. But yeah, such a nice paint job.
Our next mini is by Norben. So shout out. That last mini was by Scoundrel. This mini is by Norben. You can see here, and I think this is very, very cool. Very, very uncomfortable, but it's just really well painted. Really nice. Loads of texture added via paint to the different cloth all over the mini, which doesn't interfere with each other. Great color choices as well. I think that's super impactful. It's just beautiful.
I just want to shout out all the like old Hammer people who are like, the new models have too much detail. There's too many details on the new models. Here we have a probably 6th edition era Wood Elf Spellsinger. And like, it just stresses me out looking at all of the little mushrooms that were picked out and detailed on the staff alone. And it's just, there's so many little things on this model. And I actually I have it, I've seen it. And when you have this like in just pewter in your hand, it doesn't look like anything. It's just sort of an amorphous blob. And so this painter's done such a great job bringing all of those details to life to create a very cohesive thing. And I really, really love it. It's another well done job here.
You're like, the sheath of the blade is just amazing. Like
the shoulders, like what the hell's going on the foliage on the shoulders. I would love to see the reverse of this model too, because I bet you that cloak is
amazing.
Is like really amazing. Yeah.
Also, I like the cheeky nod to the blue, like the little tiny, like it's a wizard, by the way. There's a little bit of a wizard's hat going on up here, like at the top. We got something going on. I think that's really nice.
But, like, I would not have been able to tell that like the end of whatever his hat is also his hair. Like I wouldn't, like if I was painting this, I would have no idea that was the hair continuing through the whatever his hat is made out of. Like it's just, it makes sense of this model to even know what to paint what is so difficult. Like I can't, like you just look up a picture of this unpainted and like just figuring out what the pieces are is amazing.
I love when I painted a mini and then I get to a bit and I'm like, what the fuck is this bit?
Yeah. It's wild. Or even like differentiating what's the face and what's the whatever the face shield is that he's wearing. Like, just such a difficult model. So really well done.
So our next one is a No Epiphany, sticking with the Gobbo theme. This is stunning, in my opinion. Like, absolutely stunning. I love what's happening with the skull. I love the dark theme. I think a lot of my like old world armies are going to be more well, not like this because I can't paint like this, but more of kind of a grimmy, darky, hyper-realism sort of vibe. If I could ever paint a hyper-realism, that would be great. But I do love what this is. It really feels alive. It feels like something that exists in the old world, and I just think it's so fucking good.
Yeah, a lot of that lifting is being done by this model. It's a very brooding pose, very evocative. It's definitely standing at the top of a mountain, looking out at whatever's coming at him. But I like that, like the highlights really applied heavily to that forearm and face to really draw your attention to that portion of the model. Just again, really, really, really nice job. Nice and clean. Nice.
Next up.
Nice.
Yeah, just really good. This is excellent. Like maybe one of the best. Next up, this is Jamie. So Jamie Ayers. And I'm just shouting this out because it's giving me very old school vibes. Very old school high elf vibes.
This is a very old school mage. I remember actually, does this elf only have 4 fingers?
It does.
Fascinating. I've never noticed that. That's wild.
Hey, bud.
Whoa, I'm tripping out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You have 4 fingers and a thumb.
Why does that not look right?
He's holding 2 down. It looks like this. Cut to a picture of Val stoned as shit. Look at his hand, be like,
yeah, seriously,
whoa,
right?
Whoa.
That was actually a weird side note. I was really obsessed with the idea of alienation, perhaps from my reading of the Communist Manifesto. And so I used to get really stoned in high school and like try and make things look foreign to me. And one of the things was my hands. And I remember finally it clicked. And I was looking at my hands. And I was like, these are just bones and skin. And I just have these probes that I can use. And then I just felt awful. I was like, why did I do this? Why did I make myself think all of this stuff is weird and arbitrary? So anyway, maybe that's why hands look foreign to me. And I wish I had this photo because I remember someone in a Facebook chat trying desperately to find the wizard doing this. Anyway, here it is. Classic.
I like the stars, the free hand. There's also a cloak. I could go find the back of the cloak. Give me a second.
Like a Starfield cloak kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a back of a there is a back of the cloak, and it looks also really excellent as well. Give me a minute, I'll try and find it. Which I just think all the freehand is really nice. Some real effort to put that all in. Not the easiest thing to do either.
Flashy use of pink.
Here's the back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
very nice. Some good blends on the shirt. Lovely.
Beautiful. Our next one, yeah, 11 out of 10. I love the theme. Next one is a little bit more grimdark. So is it sure? I think I've said this wrong, but there we go. Just a very grim, dark. Again, I think it's using that same kit.
It is, yeah, but yeah, without the with just a swap on the staff, but definitely a face swap and a staff swap. Very nice, very gross, actually. Gonna say.
Yeah, I think painted really nice though. Like really, like brings it.
Not gross paint job, like just the skull with what looks to be skin, like a mummified face. I'm not a big fan.
Yep.
I'm haunted by a book. This reminds me a lot of famous British explorer who went up into the Northwest Passage, the Franklin expedition. They found his crew buried in the permafrost in the 80s, and they all look like that because they were perfectly preserved. And now my nightmares have been re-triggered. Thanks, whoever made this.
Perfect. All right. Our next, hold on. Our next.
That was a children's book, by the way, in Canada. Was exploring the Franklin expedition. You literally would buy it at the school book fair and then flip to the page where they were just looking at the corpses. And I don't know why that was appropriate for children, but we all have that now.
Well, I hate that. Next one is Jeff at Brush Nights. Jeff at Brush Nights, and going along the same sort of vibe I was going for my chaos. I really like the yellow cloak, actually, but that more dark, grim, oily chaos sorcerer, I think that's excellent. It's just a cool kit, really well done. I think it's nice. It's really showcasing some fast paint schemes, but also very clean along those lines. I think that's great.
Do you think this was a slap chop?
I think it was a more of a slop. There's definitely streaking grime all over this, or if not, maybe dip, or maybe like a black ink wash, maybe something like that. It looks more like it looks blacker than it does brown as a dip. So maybe a black ink wash. But I really like that, and I think he still spent the time to add all of the the definition to the face, the teeth, the mouth. So really brought that to life. It looks really nice.
Love blue magic.
I love that. Gavin Ladd, also similar miniature. It might be the same miniature, actually. It is the same miniature, just from a different pose with a different head swap. And we've got ourselves...
Taking advantage of that ability of Chaos Warriors to wear armor and do magic with a glowing can on their head. Love it.
Yeah, I think that's very fun. So same miniature again, like loads of quality added to the cloak. Instead of going for like that, like the oily wash, you can see the difference here. So like the actual some blends and highlights added on, like a bit of OSL on the staff. I
was just about to say a little bit of object source lighting on the staff. Very nice, Rob. Good eye.
Thanks, buddy. So I love this as well. So shout out to Gavin Ladd. Next up, Chorf Hype, painted up, a Marathi, and beautiful paint job. It's a bit of a shame about the photo. We talked about this. Hoping Chorf Ladd gets the opportunity to get some light on that, because actually there's some really lovely paint on the skin. You pointed out maybe there's a color shift on the weapon.
Yeah, it might be color shift paints on the weapon, or just sort of opposing metallics on the weapon. Because when I first saw this, I read it as non-metallic metal. I don't think that's the case, but by using two different colors of metallics, I think they sort of get that vibe, which is really cool. And yeah, this just want to plug Rouge Hobbies. Did she do a how to photograph your miniatures?
She
video?
has got a how to photograph your minis video.
Is it like super advanced class, or does she do a basic bitch version?
Like here's basic bitch, here's advanced.
There you go. So Rogue Hobbies, a little tutorial, so that way we don't have to remake that content. And by the way, not to shame this person for people take the photos they can take. It's just that this is clearly
you can see on
this. Yeah, you can see this on the skin tones, on her shoulders and her just absolutely beautiful. Also didn't go with the 80s glam rock makeup that often you will see painted onto Marathis, which I appreciate. And even gave her a delightful tactical staircase to stand on in those treacherous heels. So well done. A beautiful model, probably even more beautiful with a little bit more photographing technique.
Yeah, very good. Next up is Brush Nicker. And he is running an old Lore Master of Hoeth.
Lore Master of Hoeth.
Doing the fireball, but
just sick.
But I mean, I love this mini. Again, like you said, there weren't as many details on the old minis. I'm like, okay, well, there's cloak, there's scale, there's gems, there's lots of things that have been picked out here. It's very old school, and it looks lovely. It looks absolutely.
In fairness, this is a new old mini. I think this was like the thing High Elves got in 8th edition. But I love how clean the armor is. It's just such like that. So that really just gives me that vibe of mithril. And sometimes that winds up looking very plain, but I don't think that's the case here. And just a great use of a light box. Yeah, brilliant. And look at those eyes. Look at those piercing blue eyes. People who like, I'm always so proud of myself if I just like dot the eyes with one color. But people who
Yeah,
actually
me too.
when when people actually like paint like the whites of the eyes and then give them color, like that's just like, what the hell? That's amazing.
Yeah, the
I
like the
immediately
white
become
line.
normie is like, how do you paint it? It's so small.
Yeah.
I immediately just become that normie. Yes.
I let like the small white lines on the hat. I'm like, that's a no from me. So absolutely brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Our second to last one before the winner is this is Brandon with, I just think, an insanely good. I really like this. An insanely good wood elf. I think this is a bunch of different conversions. We've got like a ruined stump arm. We've got.
I was gonna say, do you reckon that this was a incomplete mini, and they were just like, well, make it a stump?
What, like he lost the arm and so he's
Maybe.
made it a stump? That's funny.
Maybe it broke off or something. Like, I hope that's the case because that's like a cool way to just solve that riddle.
Yeah, but I think he's added the bandages to the eyes, right?
I don't know.
I think so. I think he has. Yeah, I like that he's the owls and birds maybe have been added as well. But either way, like to add to the paint job, so the conversion job, the paint job, all of it is just absolutely excellent. I love what's happening with their hair. That's really well picked out. It's really pretty. Obviously, the tattoos are really nice as well. You know, and that's a brave thing to do once you've painted a mini to that standard, is then just to bang another color on top of it. I think that's a little bit uncomfortable.
So yeah, the bandages on the bandage covering the eye is definitely on the original model. But yeah, the second, I think the hand, maybe this model was just broken, and he was like, bloody stump. Brilliant. Brilliant work.
Stump.
We're going with bloody stump. We're gonna solve this with that. But yeah, the birds are all original, and otherwise kind of a stock model, but really, really beautiful. I love that. I love tribal tattoos. I've always been so scared to do them. I have a bunch of savage orcs that I've always wanted to do tribal tattoos on, and I'm just scared. So
You can do it. Just do it. Just do it. All right. And then our winner for August in the painting competition.
Oh.
So this goes out to
Drum roll sound effect.
This goes out to Mavuf. Yeah, I'll hit you with a sound effect. There we go.
We'll work it and we'll workshop.
We'll workshop the sound effect. So this is Murph. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! Absolutely.
Oh, jeez.
Stunning.
Jeez. I was just criticizing the eyeshadow makeup job often seen on these models. I take it all back. It's so beautifully, tastefully done here.
Yeah, very, very pretty. Obviously, I mean, like just a degree above anything we could even really comment on, but the shades are lovely. The all of it is lovely. And honestly, I've always found this mini to be more on the dull side. I've always thought to myself, this is just like not that exciting a mini. You know, it doesn't really have a lot to it because it doesn't have a lot of detail, right? It doesn't have like, you know, potions and pots and books. Yeah, there's a lot of negative space, which I know painters love. Negative space.
But there is like, I think what this paint job really highlights is the forcefulness of her pose in the sense that she is like casting something at, like the way the hair is swept back, and like the like her loincloth, I can't remember the other word for that, is being drawn in. Those thigh highs, though, just such a great dark elf mini. Did I just say that?
You said it.
Amazing.
An army you wanted deleted from the game.
And then the purple eyeshadow sort of complementing that, what is that called? Tabard? No. What do you call that?
I don't know what, a loincloth? Is that?
Loincloth is one word, but there's another word for it. Chat, help. But anyway, just a beautiful, beautiful job. The skin, so good. And the cheekbone, the contouring on the cheekbone there, really nice. I believe that is a non-metallic metal, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I keep saying that. Maybe I don't actually know what it means. You keep using this word. You do not know what it means.
Well, anyway, fantastic. And congratulations to Murph again on being the big winner, boy. You should be super proud of yourself. That's excellent. Don't forget, next paint comp is Command Group. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing a unit of Chaos Ogres. Is what I'm doing, Val. But I am doing some non-Chaos Ogres. I'm using a different kit is what I'm going to be using. So,
for your command group?
For my command group, yeah. So
Very
looking forward to that. How do you feel about the getting to showcase all people's minis? Because that's one of my favorite things about running the old world events. Running the old world events, I get to see all these absolutely beautiful like minis and armies all the time, and it just fills me with so much hobby juice that I just love it.
I think that's probably one of our like most kept. You should get like a proper photography station at the TSN, just like a place that's well lit so that like you can really capture some of those. Because I get because I've been to the TSN, you get to get added to the WhatsApp group, and so I get to see lots of amazing work in progress. Basically, there's never 5 minutes that goes by that I don't get like a picture of something that's cool from that group. And then also I get these awesome photo dumps from Rob. Maybe we should just do a best of the year from all the armies that you've seen at some point. Because I think, yeah, for like event photos. Because you also carefully you do your best taking as good of photos as you can.
I do.
And there's some like really amazing stuff. And I think you mentioned earlier that like the way to get an army painted is to have like a GT or like an event to go to. That's one way. Maybe club night's another thing, or maybe just the pride of having an army put together is something that motivates people. I know for my particular neurodivergence, there's nothing that motivates me like a nice critical deadline to get things battle ready. And people have like really answered that bell who have been coming to your shop. And I know at the Squarebase Open Toronto, which has got we do have a minimum painting standard. So I know that people are going to really be bringing the hobby, and I know that Eric's Hobby Workshop, Eric himself, will be judging, and you'll get for winning that best army. You're going to get a I don't know if it's the complete set, but I think it's the complete set of the Warpaint Fanatics, which is just an incredible paint line. So something to work for, folks, if you're coming to the real life tournament.
Oh, it's tough for me. I don't know how I'm going to paint 3 different dragons, different colors, but I'll try my hardest. Okay.
Slop it on there. Slopping time, boy. It's slopping.
Yeah, very fun. Anyway,
and by the way, 2 dragons and 2 giant chaos spawn, please.
Now, everyone says that, but I'm just going all 3 all day. Just commit. Okay, I don't want to think. I don't have to think about the other stuff. I want it all in.
I think the Warpfire Dragon's way more brain power required. You got to position him correctly, all that kind of stuff. Giant Chaos Spawn, they're just lumbering idiots.
That's my secret. I'm not going to position him correctly.
Taking a page from the old Heffelfingers book, eh?
Anyway, so thank you to everyone who has committed to doing some painting. I think it's really cool. I love that me and Val and also the Squarebase community are look at us both. Me and Val are both event organizers. But ultimately, I love that. I love being a hobbyist. The next video that you're going to see from us is talking about events that we've been to as well. So we're also players. So I like covering all of these aspects of the hobby and then building these up together. And you're right. I've got some beautiful pictures of different armies that played at the weekend. There was like a dwarf expeditionary force. We had a beautiful the army that won was a beautiful empire army. Chaos dwarfs are now the meta. Based on the weekend that we just had, so that's really fun. So yeah, there's been some really stunning armies and really stunning minis that have been on the tabletop. So yeah, it's really fun. So yeah, more of that. Get your painting done. Play your games. Know your lore. The 3 tenets of the Squarebase show, and stay bast. I think.
Oh, I think that's the number 1 tenet.
Number 1 tenet.
Stay bast.
And then it's like the hierarchy of needs, right?
That's right. That's right. That's the bottom of the pyramid. Be bast.
Stay bast. Yeah.
Also, check the links in the description for tickets to the TSN, because I think there's some available.
For my events, there's none event. SBO, yes.
You got no events in the... I'm pretty sure you got some events coming up now.
They're all sold out.
Oh, well.
I've got the river event. So just FYI for people who are still watching this late, we have a Riverlands event in November where there's going to be a river on every board. It's completely sold out, and everyone's like, I'm so
Why
excited.
did you do that to yourself?
And I'm like,
It's 11 rivers. It's like,
it's
I don't
12
know,
rivers.
well, it's 12 rivers, what, 4 feet a river a table? That's like 40-something feet of rivers, dude.
That's a lot of rivers. Yeah. Also, like, kind of while we're in the this is a hobby show. I'm just going to quickly just recap, if that's okay with you, that like I've also fully 3D printed my first themed board for the old world for the TSN Arena.
Ah, sweet.
So
Nice.
we're doing
What's the theme?
We're doing a Breton.
Oh.
Yeah. So we've got the forests are going to be 3 different like tents. So like, you know, like heraldic tents. So
Nice.
but they're just going to go on a base because the forest here, we just lift off the mats that we made.
40 terrain.
But also because that will count as natural terrain. That's where the Green Knight will emerge from. And I was like, that's fun from the tents.
Yes.
And, love that. And then the actual buildings, one is a stadium where people would watch the joust. Then the other building is a Lord's building where people would watch the joust from, but the Lords. And then the lowly obstacles are jousting lines.
Oh, yes.
And I'm working on the hills because I would like to do some hills. I've decided I'm just going to also get some mats for hills and make hills be something that is cool, like a fortification or something, like a
you could do like the bottom edge of like a ruined castle wall or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe maybe you could do something super cool where it could be like inside that ruined castle wall could be like a lake, maybe where a lady lives. Who knows?
Ooh.
Oh,
Stop. Whip that up, would you?
Whip that up. Anyway, just keep painting, keep in the hobby, keep getting stuff done. If anything, stay emotionally invested, maybe too much in the old world.
Be as emotionally invested as you possibly can in the old world. It'll never break your heart.
And have a good time. Thank you to Val and everyone listening, and stay square blessed.
Stay square blessed.